Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome back to our channel once again. Assuming we go to the polls today and you are provided with a ballot paper, and in that ballot paper, we have three names. Let me put them four names. We have the name of William Ruto, who will be defending his seat. We have the name of Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. We have the name of Fred Okengo Matiang'i. And lastly, we have the name of, let's say, Omtata or David Maraga. Who would you vote for as your next president of the Republic of Kenya? Let me read your answer below, because those answers are definitely going to form the basis of this analysis. Let me pose to you guys another question. Do you think Raila Odinga lost in the last election? We are talking of the votes. Do you think Raila Odinga lost in the last election? For me, if you are to ask me that question, Raila Odinga never lost in the last election. Raila Odinga simply failed to secure his victory. He committed some mistakes that were costly, and that's why he was never declared the president of the Republic of Kenya. And one of the biggest mistakes Raila Odinga committed was that he allowed his camp to be infiltrated. The second mistake Raila Odinga committed was that he overtrusted the system without understanding how deep William Ruto was entrenched in the system, considering the fact that Daniel Toroitich arap Moi had been the president of the Republic of Kenya for 24 good years. And of course, the biggest mistake Raila Odinga committed was his failure to appeal to the superpowers, that is the United States of America and the UK. In fact, the biggest reason why Raila Odinga was never declared the president of the Republic of Kenya was because American government said no to Raila Odinga's presidency. But one man is clearly on a mission: Fred Okengo Matiangi. And the moves by Matiangi is actually causing serious political panic. I'm talking of total panic in Kenya Kwanza. Fred Matiangi is based in the United States of America after Uhuru lost power. He is working at the World Bank. Last month, Fred Matiangi came back into the country. He stayed 1 week without doing anything. Then Fred Matiangi organized a huge event in Kisii. Then Matiangi went back to Nairobi. Was it last week or last week but one? Fred Matiangi went back to the United States of America. And I remember when Matiangi went back to the United States of America, Silvanus Osoro posted something to the effect that Matiangi could not sustain his campaigns here. But Matiangi is now shocking them. He's embarking on a series of political activities in the United States of America. And for me, that's the most important thing. And that's one of the areas Raila Odinga failed on. Ladies and gentlemen, over the weekend, Matiangi met with the Kenyans in Atlanta, Georgia. I want you to listen to Fred Matiangi very briefly, because in this video, I want to explain to you guys why William Ruto and his team are worried about the moves by Matiangi in the United States of America.
$100 in their pockets, and how they have gone through 3 degrees and 3 programs, and they are PhD holders, they are professors, and they have done all these things. These stories are a source of incredible and immeasurable inspiration to our people. If we found a framework through which a systematized and coordinated lobby or caucus of Kenyans in the diaspora would find this out going to our young people, you can actually do it, organize yourself either as clusters of counties, or alternatively, divide yourself into various groups, so that you help these young men and women to be inspired to understand that life is much more than some of these life frustrations. Because, and as Dr. Frank Njenga says, and we worked together for quite a while, some of those challenges we are facing in our communities now, where young people are taking their lives, they are committing suicide as a result of frustration and so on and so forth, we could help in inspiring these people and telling them of the pathways we ourselves have charted and walked and have succeeded. And slowly we will begin creating a new generation of people who will come after us. They may not necessarily come to the United States of America, but they will found their life and do other things elsewhere where they are and succeed. And they will carry that message to another generation and another generation, as it were. So that now is the time, in my view, to systematize our support and strengthen, institutionalize ourselves in a way that has got very sustainable impact, as it were. Finally, I want to challenge you guys. Your voice is very strong. You are very influential in various ways. But in most cases, it is the stuff that you will do in social media, the commentary that you will pass through, your various groups that go into your investment clubs and groups in Kenya. But you can still organize yourselves to be a very strong voice that cannot be ignored, even in political decision making in your country. Because you are Kenyans. The fact that you live in the US does not make you less Kenyans, does not make you less interested in what happens in our country. You can increase your voice, as I said, through that systematic and coordinated action, as it were. So as we have these conversations on what we are going to do to our country and how we are going to improve, our country, the truth is we have challenges. Sometimes I think we are probably closer to the cliff.
That's Fred Okengo Matiang'i addressing Kenyans in America. Ladies and gentlemen, in this video, I want to explain to you guys why Matiang'i's moves in the US is actually causing panic to William Ruto's camps. Before we do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, allow me to dive in. So the question is, why should William Ruto and his allies be worried about Matiang'i's political activities in America? Number one, Fred Matiang'i is consolidating the diaspora voting bloc. In the last election, Raila Odinga never consolidated the diaspora votes. The diaspora votes in the Republic of Kenya is significant, politically speaking, for several reasons. Number one, they have a lot of influence. For example, if you have a son or daughter in the US and the daughter is told to call back to Kenya and give direction, they will definitely tell you, on this, vote for Ruto. On this, vote for Matiang'i. On this, vote for Kalonzo Musyoka. Raila Odinga enjoyed goodwill of the diaspora, but he never really consolidated it well. That's one of the reasons why in the last election, the diaspora never really came through for Raila Odinga. And the other aspect of diaspora votes is that most of them are knowledgeable. So they can always make informed decision. So when you see a candidate getting support from the diaspora, it means that candidate has appealed to them, not based on their situation. Because, for example, Matiang'i meeting Kenyans in diaspora is totally different from Matiang'i meeting Kenyans, let's say, in Kisii. Because Kenyans in Kisii probably would be motivated by other factors, including the tribal factor. But Kenyans in the diaspora, if they were to endorse Matiang'i, it would mean they'll be endorsing him based on several factors, including his ability, the qualification, the experience, and the rest. But Kenyans diaspora can also influence, for example, countries, the superpowers, to look for a candidate. For example, if they don't want Ruto, remember how Kenyans really did Raila Odinga by writing letters and emails left, right, and center. They can easily do that. They can actually go with petitions directly to those offices. So Matiang'i is going to enjoy those by consolidating the diaspora votes. Number two, Matiang'i is also getting the opportunity to explain his vision to Kenyans in the diaspora, which means Kenyans in the diaspora will get the opportunity to listen to him. to ask him questions. And by listening and asking him questions, they'll create that personal touch. They'll be able to understand what Matiang'i stands for. And like William Ruto, who in the last election, I think even ended up forming some diaspora department or ministry headed by Itumbi or I don't know who. I'm not even so sure whether it's effective as we speak, but the fact is he will be able to explain himself to the diaspora during this period he's outside there. Because it's working, then he can say, I'm working from Monday to Friday, Saturday and Sunday, let me meet Kenyans. Let us have Mbuzi. Let me just meet Kenyans town hall meetings. So that is number 2. Number 3, and before I explain to you guys number 3, because it's very important, allow me to take this opportunity to also introduce you guys to Kile Kitabu. Kile Kitabu is a digital debt tracker designed for small businesses. For example, if you are running a shop and you normally extend credit facilities to your customers, I know you normally just write them down. So Kile Kitabu will sort out all those for you. So just download it from the Play Station and follow the simple registration procedures, and then you can start using it. Ladies and gentlemen, the third reason why Matiang'i's activities in the United States of America is worrying William Ruto is because of the ability to mobilize resources. There's one thing I've always maintained on this platform, that the 2027 presidential elections in the Republic of Kenya is actually going to be one of the most expensive presidential elections in the Republic of Kenya history. Ruto believes that with money, he will be able to get re-elected. And that's why you can see Kindiki, who declared his wealth before he was nominated as a minister, is today splashing millions in harambes. It means they have made money for that campaign. For anybody to challenge William Ruto, they need resources. In the diaspora, they can easily help in resource mobilization. And I can testify on this platform, most people who send me coffee are from the diaspora. And I know for sure that even Raila Odinga used to get a lot of support from the diaspora. Because in the diaspora, they want change in the country. So they'll easily pump money in a candidate they believe in. And that is something which is really worrying William Ruto. Because why do you think Kalonzo Musyoka is not moving around? It's because of money. If Kalonzo had the money, he would be moving. But he can't move because he doesn't have money. I remember on this platform, there are guys who are accusing me of, oh, you know, Lee, you hate Kalonzo. I don't hate Kalonzo. I really wanted to support Kalonzo. But there's nothing I can do. Nuru Okanga really wanted to support Kalonzo Musyoka. It reached a point where last week I saw Nuru Okanga with Rigathi Gachagua, which means Kalonzo did not even make an attempt to reach out to him. Personally, I made attempts to meet Kalonzo. He could not. So the thing is, resources are needed. The diaspora will easily provide those resources. And lastly, by Matiang'i engaging in those political activities in the diaspora, it means he's creating international networks. He'll be able to know, if I want this, who can I reach? If I want that door open, which one should I knock? Things like those. And of course, in the process, he'll be creating international networks. And I want to assume good and important international networks. And because of those reasons, William Ruto and his allies are really worried about Fred Matiang'i's political activities in America. Until next time, Lee Makwiny. Bye-bye.